This video discusses RMF Task 3.2 Security Control Documentation. This task aligns with the SDLC steps development/acquisition and implementation and is part of Step 3, Implement Security Controls of the RMF. Primary roles responsible for this task are the information system owner or the common control provider. These roles are supported by the information owner or information steward, the information system security officer, and the information system security engineer. Security control documentation describes the implementation of system-specific controls, hybrid controls, and common controls. Security control documentation formalizes plans and expectations regarding the overall functionality of the information system. Functional description of the security control implementation includes planned inputs, expected behavior, and expected outputs where appropriate of the security controls that are being documented. The documentation of security control implementation allows for traceability of decisions that are made before and after system deployment. The level of effort that's expected on documentation depends on the system purpose, the system scope, and the organizational impact of the system. Implementation efforts are minimized by using existing organizational documentation, the use of automated tools, and when communication is maximized. Documentation includes dependencies, including the information necessary to describe how the security capability required by the security control is achieved, and documentation follows best practices for hardware development, software development, security engineering disciplines, and is consistent with established organizational policies and procedures for documenting the SDLC activities. Prior to the security controls implementation, the documented statements will be in the future tense. That is, how the control will be implemented in the future. We can see in this example that future tense statement. Help desk analysts that require access to the Lighthouse system will undergo specific Lighthouse help desk analyst security training that will be developed by a third-party training provider, training company. This training will focus on specific security aspects that the analyst will be required to understand and be tested on. This training will be required before the analyst is issued his or her user ID and password. This training will be updated to reflect changes in the information system and security posture. Analysts will be required to complete training annually or when required by changes to the information system as announced by the help desk manager. Once the control is implemented by the information system, the document should be updated with present tense statements. In this example, we see all of the will statements being changed to must. We can assist with the assessment and monitoring of controls in our documentation. Some examples are using mechanism-based controls that take advantage of functional specification provided by vendors or integrators. The documentation of management and organizational controls may be helped with information on implementation provided by appropriate organizational entities, including facilities offices, human resources offices, and physical security offices. Organizational influence include the use of enterprise architecture, information security architecture, and ensures the traceability with regard to meeting the organizational information security requirements. In this video, we identified alignment of this task with the SDLC, defined responsibility for this task, discussed documentation in both future and present tense, and discussed monitoring of the security controls with the assistance of documentation. If you like this video, be sure to click on the thumbs up and comment below. Subscribe to the Cyber-Recon channel and click the bell to be notified when we publish new videos. This video is part of the Cyber-Recon RMF lab and training environment. Like all the training provided by Cyber-Recon, our RMF training is built on the principle of multimodal training. Multimodal training exposes the student to training concepts in different ways, including learning games, video interaction, practice quizzes, instructor interaction, and hands-on experience in an environment that simulates working through the RMF in a real organization. This training also includes an updated RMF book and lab guide. Want to try out multimodal training for yourself? Click on the link on the right for a no-obligation trial of this training experience, including access to all of the multimodal training for Step 1 of the Risk Management Framework training program.